Hello everybody, I'm Iris Luna. Welcome to Really Talk Show, where you can know more about the British literature. Today, we're gonna have a special guest for you, but before I introduce him, let's get to know a little bit about his life.
He was an English poet and famous playwright, and he's widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language. He was born in Stamford, England on April 23, 1564. He's really famous because his sonnets, plays, and poems. This famous writer has written 154 sonnets, fairly short poems. They deal with issues such as lust, love. His sonnets have an enduring appeal due to his characteristic skill with language and words. His plays have been studied more than any other writing in the English language and have been translated into numerous languages. He is rare as a playwright for excelling his tragedies, comedies, and histories. He deftly combined popular entertainment with a rare poetic capacity for expression which is almost mantric in quality.
Well, we already know a little bit about his interesting life, but why don't we call him and ask him to tell us more a bit about him? So, let's give a big applause to William Shakespeare. Hi, Mr. Shakespeare. Let me tell you that it's a big honor to have you here in my program. Please take a seat.
Hi, Miss Luna. Let me tell you that the pleasure is mine. Thanks.
Thanks for coming, Mr. Shakespeare. How are you today?
You're welcome, Miss Luna. I am doing great. Thanks.
Nice, Mr. Shakespeare. First I would like to begin by asking you some personal questions.
Okay, Miss Luna, go ahead.
Well, first of all, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? Later on I will be asking you some straightforward questions that many fans want to know about you.
Okay, Miss Luna, let me think. I was born in Stamford, England. I was born April 23. Well, talking about my family, what I can tell you is that my mother was Mary Arden, and she came from a very wealthy family, and she had 8 children. Talking about my father, he was an important person in history. One important thing about him is that he was elected as a mayor in the city, and also he received the highest civic honor that a Stamford resident could receive in my city. That was a really great experience of my father. Yep.
Thank you for your answer, Mister. But you didn't mention about your wife. Would you mind telling us what happened with Anne Hathaway? Because it is said that you got married with her at the age of 18. Is that true?
Yes, I didn't. I think that was not so important. To be sincere, I don't really want to go beyond my personal things. I'd rather talk about my works than my personal life.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Shakespeare. I didn't know that. As far as I know, your works have been well known nowadays. But I'm really interested in knowing about the sonnets because those sonnets are not simple poems.
Well, first of all, I will let you know that I have written 154 sonnets, and I will give you some little details about them. For example, all my sonnets are stories about a handsome boy, a mysterious dark lady, and also a rival poet. These 3 characters are the main protagonists of my sonnets. In addition, I have written all my sonnets in 14 lines. This is one peculiar characteristic about my sonnets. If you you read my sonnets, you will realize that the sonnets are divided in three groups. For example, the sonnets from 1 to 126, they are addressed to a young man. Secondly, the sonnets from 127 to 152, they are based on a dark lady. And finally, the last two sonnets, the 153 and 154, they are fairly free adaptations of two classical Greek poems. So these are my sonnets, these are my poems, and that's all. This is my work.
You mentioned about that lady, and I got a question about the woman. Can you tell me or explain to me the meaning of that woman in your sonnet?
Of course, Miss Luna. Well, the Dark Lady, as I said before, is one of the main protagonists of my sonnets, right? The meaning of this character is literal. If you realize she has dark features, for example, she has dark skin, and also this character has a metaphorical meaning because she's tragic and dominant figure. So, but for this time, I don't want to talk so much about her because I have also created several dummy dark ladies as characters. For example, in my plays, such as Cleopatra and Lady Macbeth. So that is not so important, I think, but it's a good question. Thanks.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Shakespeare. Well, it is said that there are 5 sonnets which are the most popular. For example, I have here the name of them, and would you mind telling me if this information is right or wrong?
Okay, tell me. I want to listen to you.
Well, according to the information that I have here, the most popular sonnets written by you are Although My Lovely Boy, My Mr. Eyes, When in Disgrace with Fortune, Let Me Not to the Marriage of Two Minds, and Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer?
Yes, Miss Luna, they are. And even though I have written many sonnets, I have noticed that among people, those 5 sonnets are very popular among them, right? So it's a good thing for me.
Thank you, Mr. Shakespeare. Mr. Shakespeare, I want to ask you a big favor.
Okay, tell me, Miss Luna.
The thing is that here there are many fans of you, and I'm pretty sure that they want to listen one of your most popular sonnets. Could you please decline one of them?
Right now? Of course, it will be a pleasure for me.
Okay, Mr. Shakespeare, and thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Well, my dear friends, this is the sonnet number 18, and its name is Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves have all too short a day, sometime to hug the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexions dim, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance of nature's changing coursome train. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall deep wreck thou wonders is his shade, when in eternal lines the time thou rowest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gift lies to thee. Thanks.
Wow, Mr. Shakespeare, I'm really impressed by your sonnet. This is a beautiful sonnet. I really, really like it.
Thanks very much, Miss Luna.
Shakespeare, we have here a big fan of you, and she wants to give us a brief analysis about the sonnet that you have just declined.
It sounds great.
Okay, let me introduce you, Caroline from the Michigan University.
Nice to meet you, Caroline.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Shakespeare.
So, Caroline, tell us please about your analysis.
Well, Mr. Shakespeare, I didn't know that the first sonnet were about the young man. It is really interesting. However, I could infer that this poem is for a young man. Furthermore, I think you are trying to emphasize the beauty of the elements on the earth.
Yeah.
Everything will lose its beauty because it's part of the nature, and the nature changes. Likewise, the human nature changes too, right?
Yeah.
In addition, it has an implicit message. Even though the death claims the young for its own, while this poem exists, the beauty of the young man will always be remembered during much time.
Exactly.
It's impressive how your language expresses the beauty of a person with the other elements within the nature. I really, really like it, Mr. Shakespeare.
Great, wonderful. That's what I was thinking when I wrote it.
Wow, Caroline, your analysis has been really interesting.
Thank you, Miss Luna.
Okay, Mr. Shakespeare, I'm afraid we are out of time. It has been a great interview knowing a little bit about you. And also I want to thank Caroline because of her great analysis of the sonnet.
It was a pleasure for me, Miss Luna. Thanks.
Thank you everybody for being with us today, and do not forget to watch us tomorrow because we are going to keep learning about British literature. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye.